General Bipin Rawat was a people's general. He was a soldier's general. And India today has accessed shocking last footage of that ill-fated Mi-17 V5 medium-lift transport helicopter that crashed in Coonoor, killing the Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat and others on board. Now, this video captures the last moments. It appears to show the helicopter was in control moments before it crashed. We get you more.
The frightful last moments of the ill-fated chopper carrying Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, wife Madhulika and 12 defence personnel. Caught on camera by a group of unsuspecting youngsters on ground in the Nilgiris mountains. The chopper can be seen and heard roaring overhead, with no apparent wobble and maintaining what looks like a steady course, but dangerously close to the foliage on the ground, navigating through foggy and misty skies, with apparent bad weather and low cloud cover. The youngsters can be seen stopping on the path, wondering what's going on. The video then catches a loud booming explosion sound in the background as the chopper, now not on camera, crashes into the terrain. Taken aback, the group of young residents are seen exclaiming, "Has it crashed?" The video then abruptly stops, but not before giving some important insight into what exactly went wrong seconds before the fateful mishap. Was it the bad, blinding, misty weather, which often grips these parts of Nilgiris at this time of the season? Did the weather cause cockpit disorientation, or was it some sudden technical snag? The black box retrieved from the wreckage holds important clues. Bureau Report, India Today.
I will get you more on the story. We'll also speak to experts on the broadcast. But before that, listen in to a first-hand account of what exactly happened and how the chopper went down.
11:30 மணிக்கு நான் வீட்டில் இருந்துகிட்டு இருந்தேன். வீட்டில் இருக்கப்போ திடீர்னு ஒரு சவுண்டு கேட்டுச்சு. சவுண்டு கேட்டோன்னா கீழே இருந்து சத்தம் போட்டாங்க, ஏதோ நெருப்பு பிடிக்குது, என்னமோ வந்து விழுந்துருச்சு, நெருப்பு பிடிக்குது, ஒடியாங்கன்னாங்க. அப்புறம் நான் இங்கேருந்து கீழே போய் பார்த்தா எல்லாம் எரிஞ்சிக்கிட்டு இருந்துச்சு. அப்புறம் நல்லா போய் கிட்ட பார்த்த உடனே தான் தெரிஞ்சிச்சு அது ஹெலிகாப்டர்னு. அது வரைக்கும் எங்களுக்கு அது ஹெலிகாப்டர்னு தெரியல. எங்களால் முடிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் நாங்கள் போய் தண்ணி.
मेरा लड़का जो बोला कि क्रैश हो गया, उसलिए हम आए, देखे, पूरा हेल्प किया, पानी पूरा उठा के पूरा सर्व किया कि तो रोड का बहुत दिक्कत है ना, उसलिए ये फायर स्टेशन आने में बहुत दिक्कत हो गया। उसके बाद सब लोग मिलके हेल्प किया, पूरा आंख के सामने आदमी लोग जला, हेलीकॉप्टर गिर गया, आदमी जल गया, उठा के गए, एम्बुलेंस आई।
I want to bring into this conversation India Today's editor defense Abhishek Bhalla, who now joins us for more on this big story. Abhishek, you're at the Madras Regimental Center at Wellington. What more have you been able to gather speaking to your sources both in the Army and in the Air Force?
Well, Gaurav, a tri-service inquiry has been ordered, which is not a very usual procedure, because whenever there is an accident like this, the force concerned carries out a court of inquiry, and going by that procedure, the Indian Air Force yesterday announced that an inquiry will be held. But today in Parliament, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that a tri-service inquiry will be held. So that means it will be an inquiry of which will have a wider ambit, with all three forces having representation in it, to ascertain the facts that led to the crash. Now, what we know is that, there was a big fire the moment the chopper crashed. So that was one of the aspects that is being closely looked at. Other than that, a little while earlier, there was a wreath-laying ceremony at Wellington, and from here, the 13 mortal remains have been taken to Sulur, from where they will fly to Delhi in an Air Force aircraft, following which General Rawat's mortal remains, along with his wife's mortal remains, will be taken to their residence for people to come and pay their tributes, their last homage. And we are made to understand that the last rites will take place sometime tomorrow.
The last rites will take place sometimes tomorrow. Now, in this instance, we have Air Marshal Manvendra Singh, Air Officer Commanding in Chief, Training Command, who will lead this tri-services investigation. So what is the next course of action? I believe the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau team is already on ground zero. Have they sanitized the area? Have they collected the black box? What next?
Gaurav, everything has been gathered from the crash site. In fact, Air Force Chief was also here in Coonoor over the last few hours, looking at the developments closely, following how the inquiry is going to be held. And it's very important because, it's not just any other crash, although an inquiry is held after every crash. But, this helicopter was carrying India's highest military officer, General Rawat, the CDS. And that's the reason why, every little fact will need to be looked at very, very closely. We don't want to speculate. There is nothing as of now that shows that any kind of foul play, but everything has to be verified. And once that investigation takes place, a thorough look at all the evidence, only then can the forces ascertain what the real cause of this crash was.
Abhishek, continue to stay with me. What did Defence Minister Rajnath say in Parliament? We'll get to that. But before we do that, take a look at the last moments of that chopper caught on camera by some youngsters. Just listen in to what was happening on ground. So did this aircraft suddenly go into a dense fog, and is there equipment on board? Because experts say there is equipment on board that tells you about the weather, the terrain, all of that is there. But what happened? This inquiry by Air Marshal Manvendra Singh and his team are likely to reveal details. Now, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh informed the Parliament that a tri-services inquiry has been initiated in this Mi-17 V5 chopper crash that killed India's first Chief of Defence Staff and others on board. The inquiry will be headed by Air Marshal Manvendra Singh, the Air Officer Commanding in Chief of the Training Command, a seasoned helicopter pilot himself. Now, defence officials have retrieved the flight data recorder, the FDR or the black box from the wreckage. It is in the tailbone section of the Mi-17 helicopter. Officials also say that the black box was retrieved after authorities expanded the search area from 300 meters to 1 kilometer from the accident spot. The black box is likely to provide very crucial data on the chain of events leading to the tragedy in the Nilgiri Hills. A team of Tamil Nadu Forensic Sciences Department headed by Director Srinivasan also arrived at the crash site in Coonoor.
इस दुर्घटना के संबंध में इंडियन एयरफोर्स द्वारा एयर मार्शल मानवेंद्र सिंह की अध्यक्षता में एक ट्राई सर्विस इंक्वायरी के भी आदेश दे दिए गए हैं। इंक्वायरी टीम के ऑफिसर्स ने कल ही वेलिंगटन पहुंचकर अपना कार्य भी प्रारंभ कर दिया है।
And India Today spoke exclusively to the fire service personnel who helped in the rescue operations after the helicopter crash. Let's listen in.
അപ്പം മുരളിച്ചേട്ടനായിരുന്നു ഇന്നലെ മുരളിച്ചേട്ടനാണോ ഇന്നലെ ഇദ്ദേഹത്തെ
എടുക്കുന്നത് ഞാൻ മാത്രമല്ല ഞങ്ങളെല്ലാം ഒരു ടീം ഫുൾ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ എല്ലാവരും തന്നെ എടുത്തത്. അതിന് മുമ്പിൽ കുറച്ച് ആൾക്കാർ ഈ ഓട്ടോക്കാരെല്ലാം ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, അവരെല്ലാം ഫസ്റ്റ് റീച്ച് ആയി അവിടെ ആ സ്ഥലത്ത്.
ഓക്കെ.
ഞങ്ങൾ പോകുന്നതിന് മുമ്പിൽ അവരെന്ത് ചെയ്തിരുന്നത്, അവിടെ ഉള്ള വെള്ളങ്ങളെല്ലാം എടുത്ത് ഈ കുടത്തിലും ബക്കറ്റിലും വെള്ളം എടുത്ത് ഒഴിച്ച് ഇതാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, കിടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്.
ഓക്കെ.
അതിന് ശേഷം നമ്മൾ പോയി തിരിച്ചു നിറയെ വെള്ളം വാങ്ങി നമ്മൾ പുട്ടൗട്ടൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഇവര് മൂന്നാളും തെറിച്ച് അങ്ങോട്ട് വീണ്. എവിടെ ഈ ഇതിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലല്ലാണ്ട് കുറച്ച് അപ്പുറത്ത് താഴെ വീണ് ഇവര് മൂന്നാള്.
അപ്പം ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിന് നമ്മുടെ ക്യാപ്റ്റൻ നമ്മുടെ ബിപിൻ റാവത്തിന് അപ്പൊ എടുക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് ജീവൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നോ? ജീവൻ
ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആ ഫോട്ടോ മാത്രം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അയക്കാം. അതായത് അയാള് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നത്.
ഓ, അതെനിക്ക് അയച്ചു തരാം അല്ലേ?
അത് അയച്ചു തരാം. പക്ഷെ ജീവൻ ഉണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ എന്ന് നമ്മൾ പറയാൻ പാടില്ല സാറേ, പറയാൻ പാടില്ല. അത് ഡോക്ടർമാരെ പറയാൻ പാടില്ല.
ആണോ? ശരി. പക്ഷെ അദ്ദേഹം അനക്കം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നല്ലോ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്ത് തോന്നുന്നു? ജീവൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നാണോ തോന്നുന്നത്?
അത് വാങ്ങി തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ അങ്ങനെ പേട്ടിയോ ഇല്ല. നിങ്ങൾ വന്ന് മുരളി ഫയർഫോഴ്സ് പോകുമ്പോൾ ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞൊന്നും എഴുതാൻ പാടില്ല, തെറ്റായി പോകും. എന്റെ മേലെ എൻക്വയറി വരും അത്.
പക്ഷെ
എങ്ങനെ അറിഞ്ഞു നീ ആ ഡോക്ടർ, നീ എനിക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു, നീ എങ്ങനെ അത് പറയാൻ പാടുണ്ടോ എന്നുള്ള ചോദ്യം വരും നമുക്ക്.
പക്ഷെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ജീവൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു അല്ലേ?
ഉണ്ടായ മാതിരി ഉണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ നിങ്ങൾ അതൊന്നും പറയണ്ട.
ശരി.
അതൊന്നും ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മള് ഡിക്ലെയർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റൂല സാറേ, അതാ പ്രശ്നം. പക്ഷെ ആ ഫോട്ടോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ അയച്ചു തരാം.
ഫോട്ടോയോ വീഡിയോ ഒന്ന് അയച്ചു തന്നോളൂ കേട്ടോ.
വീഡിയോ ഇല്ല, ആ ഫോട്ടോ അങ്ങനെയാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ സെറ്റോടെ എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടായില്ലേ.
ഞാനിപ്പോ ഒരു ഹായ് അയക്കാം, അതിലേക്ക് അയച്ചാൽ മതി.
ഓക്കെ.
My colleague Abhishek Bhalla tracking the story very closely at Wellington. Abhishek, the fact that the cockpit voice recorder, the flight data recorder, the black box, the fact that the black box has been recovered, which means a lot of information is likely to be known to the team that is investigating this crash, perhaps in the next 72 hours.
Yes, Gaurav, and retrieving all the data is very crucial for the inquiry that has been ordered. But having said that, it will still not be easy because there is a possibility of a lot of damage being done to the communication sets, etc., because of the fire that took place. Even the helicopter itself was, severely damaged, not just because of the crash, but also because of the fire. So all those things will remain a challenge. But as we've been telling our viewers that a tri-service inquiry means that the ramifications and the ambit is much wider than an inquiry that takes place usually as per procedure when an accident like this takes place. And an air marshal is heading the inquiry team, so that also shows how grave the situation is, and because it was the highest military officer of the country that was traveling in that aircraft. Once there is clarity on what the cause was for this crash, facts will come out, and it will be clear on what really triggered this crash of this helicopter in which General Rawat along with his wife and other military personnel were traveling.
The last moments of that aircraft, and we will get experts to comment on it and weigh in. It does appear that the Hepta was completely in control, at least from the images that are apparent at this point of time. Now, the country is still in mourning. The country is still to come to terms with this shocking, sad and sudden demise of General Bipin Rawat, the People's General. Now, a wreath-laying ceremony was organized at the Madras Regimental Centre at Wellington in Tamil Nadu. The Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin, he paid his respects to the Chief of Defence Staff, Mrs. Madhulika Rawat, Brigadier L.S. Lidder and others who were killed in this helicopter crash. The mortal remains of the CDS, his wife and others will be brought to the national capital on board a special Indian Air Force aircraft later this evening. On Friday, the mortal remains will first be brought to the CDS residence for people to pay their last respects from 11 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. After that, a funeral procession will be organized from the K. Kamraj Marg residence to the Brar Square. Brar Square is the military crematorium in Delhi cantonment, and the cremation of General Bipin Rawat, his wife Madhulika Rawat, will take place at the Brar Square military crematorium. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh briefed both houses of parliament as he paid his respects to General Rawat and others. He gave details of the sequence of events along with the timeline. He said around 11:48 in the morning, the chopper took off from the Sulur Tejas Air Base. It was supposed to land at Wellington at 12:15, but at 12:08, the chopper lost control with the ATC.
जनरल बिपिन रावत डिफेंस सर्विसेज स्टाफ कॉलेज वेलिंगटन के स्टूडेंट ऑफिसर से इंटरेक्ट करने के लिए अपने एक शेड्यूल्ड विजिट पर थे। एयरफोर्स के MI-17V5 हेलीकॉप्टर ने कल 11:48 पर सुलूर एयरबेस से अपनी उड़ान भरी, जिसे 12:15 पर वेलिंगटन में लैंड करना था। सुलूर एयरबेस के एयर ट्रैफिक कंट्रोल ने लगभग 12:08 पर हेलीकॉप्टर से अपना कांटेक्ट खो दिया। बाद में कुनूर के पास जंगल में कुछ स्थानीय लोगों ने आग लगी हुई देखी। जब वे भागकर उस स्थान पर पहुंचे तो उन्होंने मिलिट्री हेलीकॉप्टर के अवशेष को आग की लपटों से घिरा हुआ देखा।
And a pall of gloom has descended in Uttarakhand's Saina village in Pauri Garhwal district. Now this is where General Bipin Rawat comes from. India Today's Dilip Rathore visited General Rawat's residence. He spoke to his relatives, and believe me, none of them can believe it. Of course, General Rawat, his father, Lieutenant General Lakshman Singh Rawat, was also a 3-star general in the Indian Army. His brother is also in the army, and they have a lot of family in the forge. So this is a dyed-in-wool OG family. Listen in.
सैंड गांव, और ये घर है जनरल बिपिन रावत का। अगर आप देखें तो कल एक दुर्घटना, एक दुखद दुर्घटना में उनकी मृत्यु हो गई। जनरल बिपिन रावत ने देश के लिए बहुत कुछ किया। पहले सेना के सर्वोच्च पद पर रहे और उसके बाद CDS बने और देश में बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें की जो बेहद ज़रूरी थी और पूरी तरह से देश को सर्वोपरि समझते हुए उन्होंने अपनी शहादत दे दी। देखा जाए तो इस घर को अगर आप करीब से देखें तो ये वही घर है जहाँ पर जनरल बिपिन रावत कई बार आए हैं। वो दिल्ली और देहरादून तो रहे, लेकिन ये घर उनका पैतृक घर है और इस घर में उनके रिश्तेदार रहते हैं। बेहद दुखी हैं वो। जल्द ही वो दिल्ली के लिए भी रवाना होने वाले हैं। जनरल बिपिन रावत की अगर हम बात करें तो उत्तराखंड का नाम उन्होंने रोशन किया और सेना के सर्वोच्च पद पर पहले वो पहुंचे और उसके बाद CDS का, देश के प्रथम CDS का चार्ज उनको मिला। इससे न केवल उत्तराखंड गौरवान्वित है बल्कि उनके परिवार के सभी लोग गौरव महसूस करते हैं, लेकिन साथ ही उनको दुख भी है कि जनरल बिपिन रावत अब इस दुनिया में नहीं है। कैमरामैन प्रवेश राणा के साथ दिलीप सिंह राठौड़, सैंड गांव, पौड़ी गढ़वाल।
वो बहुत ही ऑनेस्ट थे और बहुत ही सबके साथ मेल जोल और अच्छी तरह से रहने वाले थे। अच्छी तरह से मतलब सबको साथ लेकर चलने वाले थे। पूरा क्षेत्र में सब लोग दुखी हैं, पूरा परिवार दुखी है हमारा।
He was truly a people's general, and the fact that everyone saw him in harness, he spoke freely, frankly, and on so many diverse issues, and he had such a huge charter, India's first Chief of Defence Staff. I mean, from the time that he was a young cadet, those who were with him, whether at the National Defence Academy or the Indian Military Academy, where incidentally he was a Sword of Honour winner, which means he was a brilliant cadet. He was Sword of Honour, commissioned in the Gorkha Rifles, the foundation of his spotless career, and that is something which is remarkable. Spotless career and bravery was laid when he joined the National Defence Academy after completing his schooling at Dehradun. Of course, he also studied at Shimla's St. Edwards. Remember, his father was also a 3-star general in the Indian Army, travelled all over the country. The strapping young Bipin Rawat is fondly remembered by his batchmates who've described him as a visionary. From his younger days, he was very determined. Once he made up his mind, he focused all his energies even in his initial years, to achieve his aim. General Rawat was commissioned in the Gurkha Rifles in 1978. He was awarded the Sword of Honor at the Indian Military Academy. He commanded an infantry battalion at the line of actual control with China. He also commanded a Rashtriya Rifles sector in Kashmir as a brigadier. And India's first Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, served in the armed forces for over 4 decades. He was serving for 43 years and counting. General Rawat was the brain behind many bold decisions taken by the Indian Armed Forces in confronting not just terrorism, but also terror backers along and across the line of control. Remember that one line, we'd interacted with him extensively. In one such interview, he'd made it very clear. Terrorists are ready, terrorists will come, we are equally ready, we will give them a reception and bury them 2.5 feet under. Take a look.
September 29th, 2016. India climbs up the escalation ladder in the war on terror. The special forces of the Indian Army went across the line of control deep into Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in the early hours and launched an attack on terrorist launch pads. The surgical strike in response to the terror strike in Uri stunned the world. It began a new chapter in India's security paradigm. And among the few people instrumental in the mission was General Bipin Rawat, then the Deputy Army Chief. Since then, General Rawat has made no bones about the fact that the Indian Army can go to any extent in protecting the borders.
हमारी जो सेना है, हम अमन और शांति चाहते हैं, लेकिन अमन और शांति का मकसद ये नहीं है कि हम कमजोर हैं। अगर जरूरत आई तो हम किसी भी तरह से ताकत इस्तेमाल करने में पीछे नहीं हटेंगे।
The surgical strikes laid the foundation for another retaliation 3 years later. The Indian Air Force flew deep inside Pakistani territory to bomb Jaish-e-Mohammed terror camps in Balakot. General Bipin Rawat, then the Chief of Army Staff, had his forces on high alert, ready from any blowback by the enemy. The Balakot bombing in retaliation to the Pulwama terror attack that killed 40 CRPF personnel jolted Pakistan and sent out clear message to the world. India will not tolerate terror. Under the leadership of General Rawat, the Indian Army has taken some of the most stringent steps against Pakistan. As the Army Chief, General Rawat stood up to Chinese PLA in Doklam Plateau on the India-Bhutan-China tri-junction in 2017. The stare-down lasted 73 days and ended with the Chinese withdrawing. General Rawat was aware of the multiple threats India faces on the border and warned that India must be ready for a two-front war in a worst-case scenario.
तीनों सर्विसेज जो हैं, उसका 1+1+1 का जो जोड़ आता है, उसको 3 नहीं बनाना है, उसको 5 या 7 बनाना है. तो you have to achieve more through synergy and integration. ये मकसद है जो CDS को जिस तरह से टास्क दिया गया है.
The 26th Army Chief played a key role in shaping the army in other matters too. He was fundamental in restructuring the army, cutting administrative flab, reducing duplicity, and increasing combat potential. The Government of India amended the army rules to extend the age of superannuation from 62 years to 65 years, paving the way for General Bipin Rawat's appointment as India's first Chief of Defence Staff. As the CDS, General Rawat ensured better coordination between the Army, Navy and Air Force. General Bipin Rawat's is an illustrious career, a legacy that is immortal and indelible. Bureau Report, India Today.
General Rawat was a man on a mission, and his mission was big. Integrate the three services, have theatre commands in place, and go big on Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense manufacturing. We'll tell you much more about it. We'll also talk about these images that are playing here on India Today, the last moments of that helicopter. We have aviation experts joining us on the broadcast. We have Group Captain Amitabh Ranjan joining me in a moment from now. But a quick break, and I leave you with these images of Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat dancing at a regimental event. He was truly a soldier's general.